Hey there, welcome back. Come along as we spend a day in Brighton. This coastal town is the perfect day trip from London. It's the fastest, 1 hour, and cheapest, around 15 quid to visit the sea. It's one of the first towns I visited in my first year of living in London, and it's a city I always like to come back to. On top of offering a great view of the sea, the city is full of independent coffee shops, vintage stores, quirky independent stores, and of course, the pier, one of the biggest attractions of the southwest. Early in the morning, we headed to Blackfriars to catch our train. I always love coming to Blackfriars. It's a small train station, but it has the best view as it sits on a bridge across the Thames. We can see the shore, London Bridge, and even St. Paul's. The journey is very smooth and quick, between an hour and 10 minutes. Also, you don't have to rush to get your train. There's a departure here every 10 minutes, as this train also goes to Gatwick Airport. We arrived at Brighton and were greeted by the sun, the best way to start our exploration. We were not the only one to come up with the idea of going to the beach side this day. That's, I would say, the only downside of Brighton, is that in the summer it can get crowded very easily. But we're still in spring and it was very manageable. First up, we headed straight to Bond Street Coffee for our second cup of the day. They are listed as one of the best coffee places in Brighton and they did not disappoint. Coffee in hand, we were ready to explore the lanes. A lot of people are tempted to go straight to the sea from the train station, but don't skip those narrow streets. They are the best of what Brighton has to offer. They're full of the best small, quirky and independent shops. One of these shops is Doe's. This shop curates the most beautiful and crafted ceramics. I could have bought the whole shop. Another mandatory stop for those that enjoy music is the JEREMUSIC Emporium, the #1 music store in the UK. As we came on a Saturday, we were able to attend the outdoor flea market in North Lane. We took the opportunity to stroll through the stands. They had a great collection of clothes and knickknacks. We then arrived at Kensington Garden, which is one of the main streets of the North Lane. We headed to Bert's Home Store. They have a few stores across Brighton full of vibrant cookware, home accessories, gifts, and even retro toys. If I were living in Brighton, that would be one of my go-to shops for sure. Another stop that can't be overlooked is Snooper Paradise. I always make sure to visit it when I am in the city. It's a heaven for those that enjoy secondhand and vintage shopping. You can score a lot of great things there for a much cheaper price than in London. I have been looking for a set of vintage blue teacups for a while, and even though they had a lot of choices there, I couldn't decide and ultimately bought nothing. Maybe I'll be more decisive another time. Just in front of it you can find a cute candy store with an old vintage vibe to it. It was packed this time, so I didn't buy anything, but if you're looking for a sweet treat to enjoy on the beach, that's the spot. Right next to it there's an Oxfam bookshop, and I could not resist to look at what kind of second-hand books they had to offer. I picked up this mystery book that I hope to read by the seaside. I also decided to check Retro Current, one of the best places if you're looking for vintage looking posters. I've already bought a few things from them in the past, and here again I bought 2 prints as a gift. Another recommendation of mine. After walking around the lanes, we decided to visit the Royal Pavilion garden that surrounds the Royal Pavilion. This palace with Indian architecture and Chinese interiors was built for George IV in the early 19th century. I've never been inside the palace, though it now holds a museum. And a bit of a trivia, this is actually where ABBA won the Eurovision just 15 years ago. The gardens are small but nice, and a great area to chill or to have a picnic if you don't fancy to be on the beach. Finally, it was time for lunch. I was scared that the restaurant by the seaside would be packed, so we decided to find a spot in the city instead. We went to Social Board to eat their sandwiches. With hindsight though, we should have gone to the seafront and enjoyed traditional fish and chips instead. The ones from the Captain's are always a delight, and on top of it you have a great view. The afternoon sun rolled and we fancied a pint of cold beer. So we headed to Dalston. They offer live music in the evening, but it's super chill in the afternoon and you're right on the seaside, so that's a great place to hang out. As most of the beaches close to London, Brighton is a people beach. It has its advantages, like no sand to bring back home, but not the easiest to clean back with wet feet after a swim. Lastly, to finish our day, we went to the iconic pier. Admission is free, though you have to pay for the attraction, of course. The main area is full of arcades and gambling games that Britons are so fond of. Behind it you can find actual rides, or houses, roller coasters, and even bumper cars. It's a great place to hang out, especially if you have kids. It reminds me of the fair we have in springtime in my hometown, especially with the smell of churros filling the air. Though here you also have to deal with the ferocious seagulls. Be careful if you have food in hand, they will attack you. We slowly made our way to the train station and took a train back to London. I enjoyed my ride, reading the book I picked up, and enjoyed looking at the sun setting in London. I hope you enjoyed coming along, and see you in the next video!